One of the things that we do as part of a prep, especially on a wood house, is caulk all the cracks and joints. Not only does this make it look a lot better, if you come in a little closer, you can see as he's caulking, it fills in the joint, makes it look a lot better. And more importantly, what it does, it allows the moisture to be trapped outside of that wood joint. So when the wind blown rain comes in, it doesn't get pushed up inside of there. It keeps the wood drier, which makes it last longer. If the moisture gets pushed up inside of all those joints, the moisture that's in the back side of the wood has to pass through the wood, and it causes the paint to come loose and peel and chip. If you keep the caulk joints tight, even on a surface like this, which is clearly covered and not getting direct rain, it will protect the joint and it will protect the wood and make it last significantly longer. So one of the caulks that we use, and specifically in this kind of a situation, would be a water-based elastomeric caulk. It's an acrylic elastomeric caulk. It expands and contracts, but it's not a really strong urethane caulk like we would use on a control joint on a building where it needs to move a lot. This just needs to move a little bit, but you do still need some flexibility. So you need a good flexible caulk. It really
On
makes
these
a big
older
difference.
wood buildings, houses, we're constantly scraping and getting all the loose paint off, and it falls on the ground. In this situation, it is not a lead paint, so all we have to do is blow to clean up all the chips. Some of the houses that we do may have lead paint, in which case we put down screen to catch the chip, and then we roll that up. This is not, so that's a little bit easier to clean it up.
So what we're doing here is scraping and glazing paint. A lot of these old windows don't exist anymore. A lot of new painters don't know how to do this work. Specifically what we're doing here is cleaning up the edges, removing any loose glaze, because what happens is the glazing compound gets dried out over time and you have to scrape it out to remove any of the loose, dry, hard glazing compound. Then any of the little pins that are missing, because there's little pins, we can zoom in and let me step in and show the pins. So these little pins right here, they hold the glass in. If any of these pins are missing, we have to replace them before we put the new glaze in. And then we put in the new glaze and we trowel the glazing in. We'll get a video of that in a minute to put into this compilation. Additionally, if any of the glass panes are broken, now's the time to change them. While we've got the glazing compound out, we've replaced the glass pane and then put in the new pins to hold it in place and then glaze it. After the glaze cures, then the next step would be to paint it. If it's bare like this, we would put an oil-based primer on the bare portion, and then we paint the whole thing with acrylic. So this is one of our rare husband and wife teams, and they really work good together. Rosie, she can glaze better than anybody. she really does. She does a great job.
Yeah.
So first you load the glaze on. That helps you push it into the cracks to make sure that you really get a good bond. And then once you've got the glaze pushed in and on there, then you kind of trim it and clean it up. That's what she's doing right here. Again, as she's doing that, it also pushes it in, except when it doesn't. But it looks really good. That's a nice joint right there. There it is. The lost art of glazing. There's so many people that don't know how to glaze a window. One of the things that we teach our new apprentices is how to glaze old windows, because a lot of people are starting to like these old historic houses and they want to keep that authenticity of the old wood windows and the history that goes with the house. In historic districts, a lot of them won't let you change the windows, so you have to keep these old, inefficient, single pane glass windows. And glazing and keeping up with the glazing is really important. This building has been left go for a lot of years. As you can see, we've got wood replacement around the doors. We've got to replace the bottom panels of all of these doors. So we're going to reconstruct these doors because they want to keep the old wood doors as opposed to replacing them with new metal doors so that the building is, again, you know, historically accurate. So this is going to take some time. We'll get some more video footage of the doors after we've replaced them and rebuilt them and reconstructed them. So what we're really looking at here is how it looks in real life. It's not as pretty as when we're doing one thing at a time. Kind of a little bit of everything is happening at the same time. We're scraping, we're caulking. She's getting ready to glaze the windows as he finishes scraping. But everybody works together as a team to get things done. That's the DJ's painting way. So one of the things that we do, we pressure wash the building, then we scrape the building, then we put a coat of primer on the building. The coat of primer is an oil-based bonding primer, but it also blocks out the natural tannins in the wood. And it will lift the edges of the paint that's existing, even though we scraped it and it looks like it's down tight. And here's a perfect example. So what Jose's doing here is he comes back through and scrapes those little loose edges off before we put the finished coat of paint on to make sure that all those little loose edges are down tight. It really makes a big difference in the project out when it's finished. And these are all the reasons why painting wood siding is so much more expensive than spraying vinyl or aluminum siding. There, all you've got to do is pressure wash it and paint it. Here, you've got to pressure wash it, scrape it, prime it, re-scrape the areas that need touched up, and then either re-prime if there's enough, or just put a coat of paint to finish it up. But it takes a lot more time.
So what Rosie's doing here is using wood filler to fill in some kind of rough edges. It's a little bit soft, it's a little bit rotty. We dig out kind of like a cavity in your tooth. We dig out the bad part, then we put some wood filler in. It's not really bad enough that it warrants replacing the whole sill. Putting in the wood filler and painting it should last, you know, maybe 10 years. We'll see what we have in 10 years when they're ready to come back. If the thing needs replaced, we'll replace it at that point.
So we did this job in 2023. Here we are 2 years later, 2025. It still looks really good. And it's an amazing property. It's an amazing building. The history of this small building that goes with that is, there's so much to it. I don't know all the details, but I know that that was the governor's mansion. This was like a servant's house and a carriage house. It's in really good shape still. Everything's holding up well. All the glazing that we did is holding up well. There's no issues. Probably be ready for a repaint in about another 5 or 6 years. So here we are.